Welcome back to my channel, Hillbillies. Today we're going to talk about an article I'd read, which I'm sure a lot of you guys already know. Some of you might even agree with it. The 40 caliber is dead. Well, to me, that's the silliest and goofiest thing I think I've heard. And of course, people always quote that the FBI stopped using the 40. So the 9mm must be as powerful as a 40 nowadays. And, you know, as if the FBI employed all kinds of ballistics experts and scientists and proved that the 9mm is as powerful as a 40. Whereas in reality, what really happened was a bean counter probably told them, oh, you know what? If we use the 9mm, because we shoot so many millions of rounds a year, it'll be a lot cheaper. And people with limp wrists and weaker wrists will be able to shoot it better. And none of that is really true. I mean, I don't know how much other people shoot, but I don't notice a whole lot of difference between a 9mm and a 40 caliber as far as recoil. I mean, I've shot the 19s, the Glock 17s, the Glock 22s, the Glock 23s, Glock 27. I just don't notice a whole lot of difference in recoil. And I've also shot with lots of female law enforcement people, and I've been shooting 40 calibers. I've never ever heard one of them say, "Oh, it's too much recoil." So that all that recoil nonsense, that's not true. Everybody shoots the 40 caliber fine. Guarantee you that decision was made by bean counters. So anyway, I mean, I'm going to do a little ballistics lesson, Bama Hillbilly style here. And what we're going to basically say is size matters. And, you know, to illustrate my point here, I have a little 22 short, you know, 22 long, 22 Magnum, 389mm 40 caliber, 410 and 45 long Colt and 454. And I think you should compare rifles to rifles and handguns to handguns. And generally speaking, handgun-wise, to me, the bigger the hole, the more damage it's going to do. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, this 22 short is always going to be less powerful than the 9mm. And the 40 caliber is also always going to be more powerful than the 9mm. It's just the way it is. 45 is going to be bigger and do more damage than a 40. I mean, it's just, you know, people say, oh, well, you could get this particular ammunition. Well, whatever, man. The normal shots, the 40 caliber is going to be more powerful than the 9mm. That's just the way it is. Don't get me wrong. I like watching all the videos, the ballistic stuff, and seeing the feet per second and foot pounds myself. But generally speaking, a 45 ACP is always going to make a bigger hole than a 40, and a 40 is going to always make a bigger hole than a 9mm, period. It's just the way it is. And just because the FBI stopped using the 40, believe me, the 40 ain't dead. There's lots of local law enforcement and departments that are not going to go back to the 9mm. And I know a lot of that's old news to a lot of you guys, but I just, for whatever reason, I read something recently about the 40 actually being dead, and it just bothers me when I hear these goofy statements. I mean, there's rounds that have been around for 100 years. People think the 40 is going to go away because the FBI stopped using it. Please, fellas. Anyway, thank y'all for watching my video. Appreciate it.